What happens when science crosses the line, like way past the line, straight into nightmare territory? Today, we're digging into real-life experiments so disturbing they'll make your stomach twist. These aren't sci-fi horror movie plots. These were real, done to living animals, all in the name of curiosity, control, and sometimes pure cruelty disguised as science. By the end of this video, you'll not only know about these twisted tests, you'll understand how curiosity without empathy can turn brilliant minds into monsters. Let's get into it. Story 1. The Two-Headed Dog, Soviet Union, 1950s. Okay, this first one, it's so disturbing. I actually hesitated putting it on this list. In 1954, a Soviet scientist named Vladimir Demikhov grafted the head of a puppy onto the neck of a full-grown dog. Not a metaphor, a real, breathing, two-headed dog. Both heads could bark, both tongues could lap water. One of them tried to eat. The experiment was successful for about 6 days. Then the dog died, painfully, obviously. And here's the wild part. He didn't just do this once, he did it 20 times. Demikhov claimed it was for future organ transplant research. But come on, who looks at two dogs and says, "Yeah, let's just stitch these together and see what happens"? This wasn't science. It was body horror, a Frankenstein experiment brought to life. Story 2. The Cat Brain Rewire, Harvard, 1960s. Imagine being awake, but your body doesn't respond. You're trapped in your own head. That's what happened in this experiment on kittens. At Harvard in the 1960s, scientists were obsessed with brain plasticity, so they did something unthinkable. They took newborn kittens, sewed one eye shut for months, and raised them in total darkness. Why? To see if their brains could rewire when exposed to light again. Spoiler, they couldn't. Their visual cortex, the part of the brain that helps us see, just didn't develop. Even when the eye was reopened, the cat was functionally blind in that eye forever. Their brains had literally erased the ability to process vision. And that wasn't even the worst part. Some of the kittens were euthanized just so the scientists could cut open their skulls and examine the brain changes. Like, you rewired their minds just to see what would break. Story 3. Head transplant in a monkey, 1970s, US. Yeah, they really tried this. In the 1970s, American neurosurgeon Dr. Robert White wanted to know, can you transplant a head from one monkey onto another body? So he did it. They severed a monkey's head and surgically attached it to a different body. For a few hours it worked. The head blinked, moved its face. It recognized people. It was conscious, but it couldn't breathe on its own, couldn't move, and it died shortly after, paralyzed, brain screaming, completely helpless. No anesthesia could numb that. It wasn't a breakthrough. It wasn't a miracle. It was the closest thing to soul death you can imagine. Story 4. Living Without a Brain, USA, 20th century. Okay, brace yourself. This one's next-level body horror. Scientists in the US wanted to study the brain's role in movement and survival. So what did they do? They removed the entire cerebral cortex of rats and frogs. That's the part of the brain that controls consciousness, emotion, thought. And here's the disturbing part. The animals kept moving. Rats with no thinking brain would still walk. Frogs with no heads could still swim. Some even responded to light and sound. They weren't alive, not really, but they weren't dead either. They became biological zombies, bodies running on pure reflex. Even more disturbing, scientists then stimulated their exposed brains with electrodes, forcing them to run, jump, twitch, like puppets on strings. It was like watching someone rewire life from the inside out. And it begs the question, if you remove the mind, but the body keeps going, what's left of the animal? Here's the truth. Not all science is noble. Sometimes it's horrifying. Sometimes it hurts. And the line between discovery and destruction, it's thinner than we think. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe for more disturbing deep dives like this, and drop a comment below. Which story disturbed you the most, and why? Just remember, the creepiest stories are the true ones.